back, everyone. Toy Shiz here, and we're back yet again for some San Diego Comic-Con 2025 coverage. Today, we had the one and only Marvel Legends panel. Everyone who's anyone was there. The room was packed, and people were antsy to figure out and find out what the next Marvel Legends were going to be for the next couple months and then into 2026. Of course, the panel was hosted by Dan from marketing, Dwight from design, Steve from design, and Jesse from Marvel. And I like Jesse's photo there, signing his life away with Spider-Man. Now, before we kind of get into things, they did go over some figures that are out, that are hitting, that are coming out in the next couple weeks. We'll just see the Fantastic Four. Haven't seen the movie just yet. No spoilers. I will be seeing it, hopefully, on Sunday. They have the Thunderbolts. That don't really do much for me. I did manage to get the Silver Surfer from the Fantastic Four line, but yeah, I'm good on the Thunderbolts. Anyways, Gamerverse, that I'm all about. I just got the Psylocke and the Thanos pack before going to Comic-Con. The rest are on their way. I've ordered them various locations. It's kind of like whoever ships them first at this point. And I did get the Walmart exclusive pack, which I can't honestly say it was that's kind of like the dud, right? As far as what I can see pictures-wise, but it's part of the collection. So you got to do what you got to do. They did do this amazing stop-motion video with the video games and the video game figures, and it was really, really well done. Wolverine won in the end. If they haven't put it up already, hopefully they put it up on their socials, maybe next week, if it's not already up, but it's a mess with Comic-Con being what it is. They also talked about the premium roleplay Doom helmets. Then they talked about the new Spider-Man and the mask. I kind of got to see the Hasbro breakfast. It's kind of cool. It's got a little remote control, and it moves the eyes, and it's got these camera lens kind of things going on. It's cool. It's cool if you like that kind of thing. The person in the sweater is kind of funny. It's like somebody broke into your house, and they're staring at you as you're looking up from your bed. Anyways, click me, bub. Go ahead. I'll wait until you do. But seriously, there was a reveal in the form of a premium roleplay Wolverine helmet. And of course, I'll let Dwight take it away.
This guy lives, breathes, and is Wolverine. So there's no way that he gets much more of a character. There you go, that's good. Do that.
Alright, so the helmet looks pretty cool, if that's, again, your type of thing. They did talk about X, powers of X. Not X-Men, necessarily, but crossovers and mashups and shmups and everything else. And over the weekend, Comic-Con, they announced Spider-Man and Magic the Gathering. It'll say Marvel Legends, kind of wink wink, but it's the Spider-Man avenue of Marvel Legends, if we're being honest. The first figure revealed is Agent Anti-Venom. Can't really say this does much for me, if we're being honest. Why does he have like a light blue gun? That's funny to me. If that's from the comics, I am thoroughly out of it with Agent Anti-Venom. But yeah, he just has a bunch of blue guns. Now, I'm assuming less comics, more Magic the Gathering with the special green smoke coming out of the pistols. This one, not for me, right? But then there was Mary Jane Watson as the Iron Spider. Now, this is technically a new character. I do like the head portrait on old Mary Jane Watson. This one, I could see something happening there. Maybe pick this one up. Maybe kind of, sort of. Remains to be seen. It's not one that I'm going to be actively searching for. And I'll tell you how you can get it in just a second. But this one looks pretty cool. Now, I have to say, I think there are elements of the Man-Wolf, the comic book, and how he's kind of appeared over the years. I might be off, but yeah, a lot of that I'm like, yeah, we could just have John Jameson, right? Remember the old Toy Biz one with the battery pack? Yeah, it's just cool. It comes with a sword. We've seen that sword before, and I'm sure we've seen the bow and arrow and everything else. Got a couple extra hands too. This is one though that really harkens back to the Toy Biz days for me. I think that that's pretty darn cool. It's battle damaged Spider-Man, and he's all ripped up. You can see that it's sculpted in on certain parts and pieces. I like the little tuft of hair. Again, that's definitely old Toy Biz style. So he's cool. This is one that I definitely will be grabbing, as if I need another Spider-Man. Like I need a hole in my head. But it's a battle damaged Spider-Man. We haven't really had that in the 6-inch. Unless you customize one for yourself. And no, that's no good. How do you get these Marvel Legends Spider-Man Magic the Gathering figures, you ask? Well, available everywhere. So that's a good thing. It's 2 Spider-Man-ish characters, right? You got Spider-Man Battle Damage, which I'm glad it's available everywhere. And then the other one, Agent Anti-Venom. The ones that will go to Amazon and Fan Channel as exclusives is Mary Jane and Man-Wolf. I wish we could swap Agent Anti-Venom and the Man-Wolf and just have the cool Spider-Man and the cool Man-Wolf be everywhere. And the rest, you pick them up as you go. But the pre-order starts August 1st, which is Spider-Man Day. It's a nice little, I see what you're doing there. Wink, wink kind of deal. But starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to grab those, August 1st, they will go up for pre-order. And whenever they do, I'll have all the links and everything else ready to go for you down in the description whenever you see this video. Now, moving on. X-Men 97. We had first 2 waves, which those were fantastic. These were some of my favorite recent Marvel Legends. I really love the first season of X-Men 97. I'm hoping, I don't know, we'll see where they take the show, but I'm not getting my hopes up. At least we had a great, perfect first season. So at least we got that going for us. But I am happy to say, finally we got Morph. We have a very animated looking Morph. Now, this one is definitely going to be more in the vein of X-Men 97. So, yes, they kind of updated the character, as we all know. And yes, we all got over it because the show is really good and they didn't do all that stuff that everyone thought they were going to do. And yeah, he comes with a Henry Peter Gyrick head, which you have a suited body. There you go. I don't know about that whole, compound prison that he had in X-Men 97 when Sebastian took him out, but hey, there you go. At least a suited body in some way, shape, or form. And then you got, let's say, the X-Men 97 Morph head, and then you have the full-on white. That's cool. This is really well done. I like the body type. I like the jacket. I do like it more than the other one, although this one is very animated looking. So I think a lot of people were kind of torn. The other one is more, we'll say, comic booky, maybe X-Men the Animated Series, whereas this one is very sleek, stylized, definitely the new animated show. And then, yeah, they do make female figures over at Marvel Legends, believe it or not. I don't say that much with McFarlane, so we are getting Emma Frost, the White Queen. She looks pretty cool. Now, she was barely in X-Men 97, but she did discover her diamond form in that short period of screen time, so she looks pretty cool. I'm excited for this one. I am pretty stoked. I like the way she looks. I like that everything's painted. She's got the lines down her boots. She looks good. She's a good looking Emma Frost, extra head, and a Emma Frost hand. 2 hands, in fact. 2 hands, now that you look at the packaging. Next, we have Sunspot. He looks pretty cool. I like the more animated style. See, this is one of those areas where I'm not always a fan, like for the Spider-Verse. I'm not going to necessarily say they're bad-looking figures. It's just not always my cup of tea style. I really dug X-Men 97. I know I've said it many times, but I like this animated style, and I think that Sunspot here looks pretty darn cool. Comes with powers. Yeah, that's what's been really good about the X-Men 97 lines, is that it all comes with powers, extra hand, yada yada. So get ready for Sunspot, and he needs a babe to go to the mall with. So of course you're going to get Jubilee, and I love that she comes with the soda, she comes with her effects. Now if you look down in the corner, it almost looks like her jacket is bendy wire. It's not. It kind of threw me for a loop there. I think they kind of posed her and had it where the plastic of the jacket kind of folded up a little bit so it looks more animated. But I digress. I like the updated, more towards the end of the season look for Jubilee. And then we have Wolverine. This one is kind of the dud of the wave for me, if I'm being honest. It really doesn't do much. It's not exciting. He comes with some playing cards. He's got his claws. It's okay. It's just, that's where it's at. It's like, yeah, it's okay. Yes, it happened in the show. It's just okay. But it's another Wolverine at the end of the day. But this is where they make up for it here with Marvel's Cable. I think Cable looks great. This is, we'll say, halfway through the season when they're on Genosha, that whole thing. So that looks pretty cool. I'm definitely looking forward to his end of the season look as well, if they ever get to that, which I have high hopes that they will. Pretty good bet that they will. But yeah, he's just rebuilt for the ground up. They're all pinless. They look great. The guns galore. That's a great looking Cable, if I do says so myself. He's got blast effects. Heck yeah. When can you pre-order these? So these will start tomorrow, which is July 26th, in and around 2:30 p.m., which is 5:30 p.m. And I want to just say, I know that it says this on the slide. Just be wary. It could be 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific and 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern. It's that 30 minutes. Don't worry. Regardless, I'll have the links up whether it's 2 or 2:30. But I've kind of had like mixed emails where one said one thing and then the panel said another thing. So just be forewarned. It could be 2. Just be ready to go. Either way. But I'll tell you this. It doesn't matter when they go up. You will be able to pre-order these. They're not going to just blow out of the water. It's not going to be that type of thing. And then, that's not the only X-Men 97. We have some 2-packs in the form of Rogue and Gambit. Now, this is fun, but not necessarily what I was looking for X-Men 97. This is kind of like, if anything, like an old school Toy Biz box set where they're kind of going, hey, you want something like this. I think it was Unparalleled Universe. He kind of pointed out, he took some photos of the booth and everything after they put him in the glass cases, but the joint on Gambit for his torso is just atrocious. In fact, it kind of looks like probably what his body would look like after the Sentinel explosion. Just be wary of that. I like how the arm is perfectly placed where that joint is, FYI. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Rogue's got her torn t-shirt. Gambit's got the basketball. And then another 2-pack coming is Storm and Wolverine. These ones, they're okay. I actually like, and I think, at least, I'd have to go back and watch the show again, but the end of season 2, when Wolverine sports this look, kind of like the Secret Wars colors more than this one. I thought, I'll have to look at it more in the case and everything when I get back down there, but I like the color scheme. It was a lighter color scheme. I think that fit the animated style. But like I said, I reserve judgment until I have in hand. And Storm's got some electrical powers, and she's got 2 different head portraits. Same with Wolverine. It would have been cool if you had the Wolverine pulling all the adamantium out somehow. That would be kind of cool. Maybe they'll do that eventually. And then you got Cyclops and Jean Grey. They'll round out the last 2-pack, which totally fits. Marvel Girl, Cyclops, powers, that's kind of cool, and of course the parents to Cable. So I'm all about that. That's a good looking 2-pack across the board, minus the Rogue and the Gambit. We'll just say, where can you pre-order these? So these will be available sporadically between August and September. They're going to only be available on Hasbro Pulse, which is kind of it's a little disconcerting. I thought, and in my head, I'm like, man, X-Men 97, it rocked. They could keep doing waves. They sold like hotcakes. They did, but then they're only available on Pulse, unfortunately. Hopefully that changes. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll eventually change. But as of right now, only available on Hasbro Pulse for the 3 X-Men 97 box sets. But enough about all that animated action. Now we're going to be talking about some comic exclusive. So going back to these comic book roots, we have Storm. She's going to be a Target exclusive. She's in her black outfit. She's got all the accents with the lightning bolt. She's got powers. Not too shabby. If you want this Storm, she'll be a Target exclusive. Then there is going to be an Emperor Doom. He looks pretty darn cool. I believe they said more details coming soon for a lot of these, like on where and when to exactly get them. So just FYI, Doom looks pretty darn cool. It's when he becomes the Sorcerer Supreme, so that's why he's rocking his Christmas colors and powers and effects and all of that. Then we got a 2-pack for Star Fox and Champion of the Universe. This is thinking outside the box right here. This is pretty cool. Not so much in the form of Thanos' brother Star Fox, but the fact that we're getting the Champion of the Universe, that's pretty darn cool. I totally dig that. He's got a wild mane of hair, and I love that we're getting Star Fox. So we're kind of fleshing out some teams here. That's nice. We're going to be getting a World War II Logan, which, to me, in my head, now I get it, it's comic bookish, but this is very much the X-Men the Animated Series episode to me when he teams up with Captain America. It was in the 4th Weirdo season, that whole deal with the awful animation. But comes with a ton of accessories, comes with a gun, a knife, and then he has not the claws. He has these like strap-on, climb the wall kind of claws. And way back when, before they changed all the details of Wolverine, so he never used to have bone claws per se. That wasn't a thing, and that's how they kind of made it with the X-Men the Animated Series and how that lore kind of went. So that's why I'm really interested in it in the sense of that episode, team up with Captain America. That's going to be awesome. Heck yeah. Hopefully they put a Captain America somewhere in that X-Men 97 lineup. Maybe Wave 4. That would be awesome. But you get what I'm saying. It wasn't until later they kind of retconned it. Then he had bone claws. That's how they got the adamantium on the bone claws and everything else. So I digress. A lot of words. World War II Logan. Definitely excited about this one. And then out of nowhere, to go with your Crystar, we're going to be getting Marvel's Warbow. Just hear me now. I had to look up Crystar for the most part. I knew of the character, but didn't know of the character until I got the figure. You do a little research, yada yada. I'm going to be doing the same with Warbow. Now, is it cool looking? Oh, heck yeah. That's awesome. Do I know anything about him? No. But, hey, that's what makes collecting action figures fun. Now, this is going to be even better, though, because they did bring up the fact that they really haven't been doing a good job in kind of completing teams. And let's be honest, they're really not good at doing that. And I know a lot of people like to bring that up and say, when are you going to complete the teams? Myself included. Well, we finally have Feral. So she will be coming. Now, they didn't say specifically how, when, why, right? Which leads me to believe that it's either going to be a Build-A-Figure wave, fingers crossed, or maybe it'll be some sort of box set, which that's what I'm going to put my money on. I have no official details or anything like that. I'm just spitballing. But, yeah, I would imagine they might throw her in there. See, they're not good at completing teams, but they are good at throwing figures you want into box sets. But it remains to be seen what happens. And then, sort of the same deal here with Rachel Summers, the Dark Phoenix from Excalibur. So she's going to be coming. She's got some awesome fire wings that clip on her. I totally dig that. They've got her basically Dracula Untold outfit going on with the red spikes. So you get the idea. Then she goes all evil Phoenix with the alternate head portrait. And if you kind of look, now, unless they're kind of hinting maybe it's a comic book line, Wave 2, something like that, because you look in the corner, there's a little comic, unless that's just for reference, but perhaps they like throwing in little Easter eggs. Perhaps it is a comic book line where there comes a little mini comic book, Wave 2. So that wraps up all the figure reveals. But they did say, well, let's get one more in. So they showed off the Dragon Man this week. And then they said at the end of the panel, oh, hey, we're going to have another made-to-order figure. And I'll just tell you, they put up some images. At first I went, and then I go, oh, I know what this is going to be. And if you thought Mephisto, you were correct. I was correct as well. They showed thrones, and then they kind of did like some fire. I go, come on, that's got to be Mephisto. Also, he's in the MCU now. So I like the change of thinking here. We got Marvel Zombies back. They got some awesome Mephisto action back. So we're finally leading more back into like the fun of comic books instead of going, oh, we can't do this. Oh, stop it. They're your characters. You can do it. Find a way. And this is the way they found. So I'm happy with it. Now, this figure looks amazing. It looks really freaking cool. He comes with a giant throne. It has a giant face on it, giant skull face, lots of skulls every which way. It's twisted. It's weird. It's everything that you would want for Mephisto. And that alone, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Now, he's been a little bit rebuilt from the ground up. It's not exactly the figure that was going to be with the Engine of Vengeance. That whole deal comes with a sword, wild face, extra head portraits, capes, various ways to display, yada yada. He's going to be a larger figure, apparently 7.6 inches, as according to this diagram right here. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is going to be fun. So this is a made-to-order figure like Dragon Man. It's a 30-day pre-order window. It starts July 26th, which is tomorrow, depending on when you see this video. But yeah, you got 30 days to order it. It's going to be, it says 2:30 p.m. Eastern, which of course is 11:30 a.m. So that's Pacific time. So 3 hours ahead, right? 11:30, 12:30, 12:30, 1:30. You got to do the whole math, especially some of you that might be visiting from the East Coast. So if you want to pre-order them day one, or just wait, you can wait till the 29th day. You don't have to rush in there, but order as many as you want. Support it as best as you can. I will be ordering one, and I welcome you all to the end of everything, including this coverage of the San Diego Comic-Con Marvel Legends panel by Hasbro. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Thanks for everyone tuning into my San Diego Comic-Con coverage. I'm doing a ton of coverage on Instagram. We've done a ton of giveaways. Thank you very much again to Entertainment Earth. It has been an absolute blast. And every vendor that we partnered with, Jada, Hasbro, Moose Toys, Super 7, Bandai, Toho. I mean, the list goes on and on. But thank you so much. Heroes and Villains. Got to throw them in there. They did some awesome merch for us. So thank you so much. More coverage to come. Saturday is upon us. And I'll leave you guys with that. Adios.